Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States here on a Friday morning. It is a little bit past 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that can only mean that it's time for some Buffooncraft SMP. There we go. So, yeah, we're a little bit late today. We had some server connection problems, but they have been resolved, and so we do get to stream close enough to on time today. I'd like to welcome in the fantastically mediocre old Potu himself, Kumakwa. Appreciate the lurk, sir.
Well, see you, babe.
He's so cool.
And, of course, number one son, who is home from university, who is out and about with his friends at the moment. Biggie. Thanks for that redeem, buddy. Okay, so we have a few things planned for today. We will, again, divide the stream into two parts. The first part, we'll do a little bit of building. And then the second part, we will enter the mirror dimension and see what we can find in there. We've made some considerable progress since last time, and so we'll update that and we'll resume all of that stuff. And the mighty Lone Star himself. You can see the auto shoutouts there for both Kumakwa and Lone Star. Please check them out the next time they are streaming. All right, let's do this, shall we? Let us loggeth onto the server. Let's switch over to the display scene. There we go. Dial back the background to music to right about there. A little bit more in the background for the background music. Tweak a couple of things here. There we go. Right about there. That's good. All right. So let's get caught up on things, shall we? Let's set our render distance so we can get the maximum effect. You just have to remember to reduce this back down afterwards for performance sake, especially going through the portals. Let's get things to render in here. All across our beautiful island, there's the mob farm / insane cane farm right over there. Our iron farm. Of course, we're trying to get the chunks to load in over here. But here's the first component of our main build. You can see the background is rendering in right now, which always looks beautiful, especially in the sunset. The Insane Cane producer. Welcome on in, Sage. Everyone, you can see the shout out there for fellow buffoon, a real foolish Sage. Let's do our sleeping thing. There we go. Sleep has been accomplished. I feel like, again, didn't we just do that? Did we not just do that? One thing that we achieved here that I was hoping for was, even though this is a massive size structure, I was really hoping it wouldn't obliterate the northwest shore up here, because I really love that scene there. And so this is good. It's low enough in the water where it doesn't completely obliterate that, and I get that scenery right there still. It's really cool looking. Because that shoreline over there really makes the build look beautiful. And of course, it's raining. But yes, so what we've done here is we've made the basic shape of our giant, our sea giant. And soon we're going to begin doing the details on the outside. And we're just going to freestyle the details and see if we can get something decent looking. So there won't be any schematics to follow or any grid patterns or anything like that. We're just going to freestyle it. So it'll be easier in that aspect, but it will be harder because, again, we don't have anything to follow. And so the building might go a little bit slower because of that. OPG's place. OPG been putting in the time over there on a northern shore. He was just streaming Buffooncraft a day or two before. He jumped in to just say hi. Because he is my neighbor over there. Let's just pop up here and have ourselves a look. Uh-oh. Oh, we got boat glitch. Well, that's how you fix boat glitch. With violence. So hopefully you can see down through the water. You can see some of the features here. There we go. Something like that. So we have our giant crawling up out of the sea floor. But we're going to have him bound there somehow, probably with some sort of chains or something like that. We'll make, or at least create the illusion of some sort of hole in the sea floor out through which he's climbing. And then we'll skin over this cobblestone with other blocks to add in the details. We'll add fins and claws and a face and all kinds of stuff over that. But this is the basic size and shape of it. So that's what we were doing with the 3D print style. And yeah, so we're gathering the resources we need now for the block palette that's going to go over this. So we need to make a couple of simple farms for that to happen. And then we need to gather the resources from those farms. So that's going to take a little bit of time. Today I was thinking of at least starting a very simple basalt farm, which I will put inside here. And so we can AFK that. We also have to make a delivery over to the site that we have chosen for the squid farm. So I am thinking, since the type of basalt that we need is the smooth basalt. Which is down here. So we're going to be using this in conjunction with some blackstone. Most of this basalt has been recovered from geodes. And so, but we need a basalt generator. And I'm thinking on building the basalt generator maybe right here. Pardon me. Basalt generator maybe right here. I was originally going to build the basalt generator down here. Down in this level. But I'll probably put some other farms down here. I really like this level down here. It came out very cool looking. I'll probably still use it for something. But I'm thinking it's just going to be that much more efficient having the basalt generator right here, because as we generate the basalt, we then need to bring it over to the smelter and smelt it to get the smooth basalt, I believe. That's how you make smooth basalt. let's check that. To make certain. I think so. Well, you can cook it, so I think I'm right here. Yeah. So you need to cook this stuff. I remember this now from season 5. Season 5, I made a lot of basalt, and I did so the same way. I made a basalt generator, and then generated the basalt, brought it over here, cooked it all and stuff. The lava farm feeds our little smelting array. I'm going to keep this method here for right now to work on our one build over here. But we have many of these giants to build. We have at least 3 more of them to build. I'm going to see how much of this basalt it's going to take for one of these. They'll all be roughly about the same size. Some will be a little bigger, some will be a little smaller, but they'll all be about this size. And we'll see how much basalt we need to make all of these. And then we'll decide whether we want to keep this method going using our small, very manual basalt array, or we'll generate a whole bunch of basalt and we may bring it over to our neighbor, Mr. Supernova Relic himself, and use his super smelter over there. Maybe that'll be a little bit quicker. And he's over there to the east of me. And maybe we'll do some... Oh, look at how cool this scene looks. Look at this. This looks so awesome. Even when it's raining. I just love that shoreline, especially with that big peak right there. Now, if I had the time, I would make this peak into a volcano and have a smoke cloud up here and something. I'm very, very pressed for time, though. So I don't think I'll be able to do that. But even having it like that is just magnificent looking. That would look so cool, though, if that were a volcano. And it doesn't have to be super active, like you wouldn't need all of the lava pouring down. Just having the smoke column coming up out of it would be really cool. But I'm also very reluctant to do any building over here at all because I really don't want to ruin that scenery. It looks beautiful. Okay. One of the other things we need to do. So we need at least 2 farms here. We're going to need the basalt farm. The other thing is, I'm going to do things like put webbing between the hands, between the fingers of the hands. And also I'm going to make fins coming off of various parts of the body, and they'll have their webbing too. So I'm thinking using black and gray glass for that, which means I'm going to need a lot of black dye. And a lot of black dye pretty much calls for a squid farm. Now, I started a squid farm last Buffooncraft stream, but I found a better location for it. And so I'm going to go over there now and deliver this prismarine to that site. It feels like I just slept. Really. It's always raining. Indeed. Indeed. But, you know, sleeping also helps us dispel that rain, so that's a good thing. All right. I'm not going to work on the squid farm today. I'm just going to drop off the supplies. But some of you are going to balk and maybe even outright protest the squid farm. And there's an opportunity for a video redeem specifically for this. If any of you can guess what that is and call that up, without me calling it out. See how cool the North Road looks now? Look at that. And I'll keep the rendering distance on for right now. I'll turn it off just before we hit the portal because the scenery just looks so cool. The end of the road. Let's go stake up our buddy right here. Iron Farm doing its thing. There's Bubbles. Way up there. It's cool we're getting more coos to spawn on the Mushroom Island now. Look at these guys. Look at I love this place. And I love it when the render distance is set and you can see the shoreline and everything. It's, wow, what a magnificent scene this is. Nova and I definitely picked a great site to build this season. It's just really incredible looking. Let me just check something very quickly here. You picked a great site. Nova took like 3 attempts to settle down. The site I had originally chose was similar. It was another mushroom island, even further south from here. But number one, it was just way too far away, I felt. And number two, the shape of the island wasn't as cool. It was cooler in some aspects. It was shaped a little bit like New Zealand on a much smaller scale. So it was kind of interesting in that regard, but for my build purposes, that shape is a lot better. Good it was on a smaller scale. So this desert is the desert at which I've been harvesting all my sand and sandstone. And it's cool. There's a little village right here too. I may have kidnapped more than one villager from this site. Yeah, New Zealand is a much bigger place than people think, right? Darn Mercator projection. But yeah, so we've got a cool little village over there. We got the mesa in the background. It's one of the cool things about this southern sea is the mix, the blend of the biomes on the shoreline all the way around it it's just really awesome. So accessible and stuff. So as it turns out, there's a cool little site here that is ideal for a squid farm. Ideally, you want a very, very small patch of river biome in a large area of land, right? And I found a perfect spot for it. It's a little bit further away from not only my base, but everybody else's base. So, but it's not totally inaccessible, and I'll put up a portal here to make it a little more accessible. And through the nether, it's not far away at all. It's just, it's probably between my base and Nova's base on the opposite side. So the southern tunnel, all right, here's my work site over here. All right. So now, before you go nuts here, all right, before you go nuts, I'm actually doing two things at this site. For my own future builds, I need a lot of sand. All right. I need quite a bit of sandstone, but I need a lot of sand. I also need a squid farm. So I'm killing two birds with one stone here. I'm prepping the site for the little squid farm, but I'm also harvesting a lot of sand. And my third thing is to try to make it look kind of cool at the same time. So, yeah. The squid farm will go right down in here. And the AFK tower will go right up into there. And then I went and I harvested all the sand. So, oh, that's why. Let's do this. So this is actually the cross section for the spawn sphere. If you get out here, you can, whoa, you can kind of see it. So here's the mini HUD graphic overlay for the spawn sphere. Like this, right? And so the tower will rise up and the center is right about there. And so you can see where the spawn sphere intersects the ground here. Now, I could have left it in there, but there was actually a lot of caves and pockets of water and stuff inside the spawn sphere, number one. And number two, I needed the sand. And so all I did was just scoop out the cross section where the sphere intersects the ground, and I just scooped it out and recovered all the sand and boxed it all up. And then, I'll put some lighting on here as needed to reduce the other spawns. And then right down there will be the little squid farm down there, and then the tower will come up here and stuff like that. So, and it looks really cool. I think it does anyway. You can, so I need a little bit of this stuff for decorative purposes. So let's go offload that. Then we'll come on over to here. Let's get a little altitude up here. And we can look down on this thing. Kind of looks like the Greek amphitheater kind of stuff. And the little town is right there. And I'll probably put the portal between the town and here. And we'll give it some silly little lore name like Sandtown or something like that. The landscape around here is so cool. We'll call it like Squidville or something like that. Right. So there's the scene with our render distance out at 64 blocks. Looks cool, right? I mean, we got the little town right there, and we'll make some little simple little road. I'm not going to do the whole town over. I'm just going to make a little road over there. You can see our build is out there in the distance. OPG's build's a little too far away on the opposite side of that mountain, so that's a little bit obscured. But then our squid farm will go right there. So the squid farm itself is not going to be big at all. It won't have to be. Number one, there's not that much of a desire for a demand for squid ink here on the Buffooncraft server. So, and the other thing is the way I made this farm, this will produce a lot of squid ink. So it won't be like a super mega industrial output farm, but it'll certainly produce way more ink than the entire server will need. So. But remember, the other purpose for this was to recover the sand. I'm going to need a lot of this sand. Although I did get more sandstone than I got sand, but it's cool. It's a lot of fun. That wasn't as bad to do as it probably looked. It's just that I've been very busy here at the house in real life doing a lot of landscaping work, and I'm a little too old to do that stuff, and it's been destroying my body. And so it's putting in a lot of work and then doing a lot of recovery time. It's very, very hot here right now. So there's a lot of burning since I'm made for a life above the 50th parallel. I'm yeah, and we're also preparing for our trip. So I have to set up the house for my friend to stay here while we're gone, and we're packing things up and doing all of that stuff. So you can see we've got this quaint little village here. It's really cool. This place is really cool. So we'll build a little road over there, connect the two. We'll put the portal somewhere in between, and we may restock this place with some villagers, right? So there's a reason to come out here. But it's cool. This is a cool blend of the two biomes, this little village. I like this place a lot. So, buffoons, please do not destroy this place. All right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, and you can see it's got a little harbor, a little bay right here, and you can see my place right across the sea there. The villagers have probably all been killed, slaughtered in night raids. Letting real life interrupt your gaming. Get your priorities straight, Thunder. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Neighbors, please. Just stay out of the yard, okay? I'm too old for this. So, yeah, so that's what we're doing here. And I'm trying not to spend too much time over here because, you know, we have too much building over there to do. But it's Buffooncraft, you know, we can't just build a simple squid farm at Buffooncraft. No, it's got to be a buffoon level farm. Definitely, right? So we got to do something super cool. All right. Let's at least, you know, maybe we can gather some of the resources we need for the basalt generator. By the way, any kind of excavation, a severe terraforming, or I should say extensive terraforming, excavation, demolition kind of task to do here in Minecraft, always make certain you set up something like this on the site. Inventory management, otherwise known as an incinerator. Yeah. Hoarders, embrace the incinerator. Embrace the incinerator. It will set you free. I'm just saying. No! By the way, buffoons, if you do need any sand, you can certainly grab some out of that chest. There's actually more sandstone there. I wouldn't know. The sand I can see for glass. I wouldn't know why you would need the sandstone, but there's plenty there if you decide you need it. Store all dirt and seeds and random bits. The seeds, right? The grass seeds. Ugh. And the zombie flesh. It's like, really? I'm going to connect your sand storage to your incinerator. Please don't. The sand I actually need. The sandstone, not so much so. Sandstone is one of the blocks in my palette for my build. So you can see we have the black stone, the oak, and the sandstone. So I do need quite a bit of it, but I don't need that much of it. God, this render distance is so cool. Look at all the stuff rendering in. It's so awesome. It's a bit of a struggle through the portals, but so cool. So yeah, a good portion of this stream is me just boating around and running about and showing you guys stuff. You guys, showing everybody things. We'll start the basalt generator, but you know, I'm satisfied with whatever progress we make. And then when we hit the hour mark, we'll head into the mirror dimension. And there's supposed to be stuff there for us to see, to find and see. So we'll have a look into the ice strain dimension. Let's go, Huxley, old boy. So after we finish the 4 sea giants, the 4 active sea giants, we will then try, depending on how much time we have left in the season, incorporate the bodies of dead giants into the modern builds here. The iron farm will be incorporated in, on, or near some sort of dead giant body. Same with the bee farm and the goat farm and the portal structure and my little bavy, which will go there. And somehow here, this will also be have dead giant bodies around it, right? And somewhat disturbingly, our villager breeder, which will be relocated. And then whatever other farms that we build will all be distributed out throughout the island here, and the dead giant bodies will be like half buried in the ground and strewn about, maybe even some of their weapons and stuff like that. So that's the sub-lore that I'm going to try to incorporate into the build here. So then we'll connect it all up with roads and stuff, and we'll just have to see how much time we have. But the idea is to try to complete each phase before we start the other. That way, if the season ends or whatever happens, whatever's here looks like it's finished. That's my goal, right? To just build it modularly in stages like, wow, that's hard to say. In stages like that. So each, complete each stage before moving on to the next. So whatever's left behind at whatever stage, it looks complete. So instead of a whole bunch of half-built stuff all over the place. Okay, there's Eve. Yay, flying paid the bills. Yes. Welcome on in, fellow buffoon. Call me Eve Gaming. Everyone take a gander up there at the auto shout-out for Eve. Be sure to drop on in the next time she's streaming. So you can see I've made the shoreline around the island here. And so that's one of the reasons why I need a lot of sand. Right? I want to encircle the entire island with a decent looking shoreline like that. So and so this is going to be one big giant carcass here. I'm thinking of making the head here and the body strewn about this way, maybe with part of the arm and hand, and then build my body like right into it somehow. So we'll see about that. How are you? I'm doing excellent. My body is almost completely destroyed from doing yard work and being too old to do that. But as Gloria Gaynor says, I will survive. So what I'm really trying to do is not injure my back before my 14-hour flight. That's so Mrs. Thunderhand and Biggie and Kachi are like watching me very carefully and making sure I don't overdo it so I don't injure myself before I have to leave. Because that flight is definitely going to suck. Okay, let's start gathering some supplies we need for the basalt generator. I've built this particular kind of basalt generator back in Season 5, but that was well over a year ago, and the retention is not good. So I'm thinking I'll just gather resources right now for that. Carry you onto the plane and stretcher. Yeah. It's more being seated for that amount of time, I think is going to be really tough. So let me see. One of the things I want to do is let's do this. We're going to need some redstone. So let's set up some of that. There we go. And again, I'm going to build this one right here in the corner. So we'll put in all of our Shulkers right about here. And one thing I've been meaning to do is stock up on hoppers. We need hoppers. And I have none. And we're going to need hoppers for this build, so. Just lay in the baggage place below. I forgot what it's called. Well, we usually call it the cargo hold. But I'm thinking on just collapsing onto the baggage carousel. Which will then deliver me into the cargo hold with the luggage. Okay. Let me see. That's a trip to the iron farm and then over to my sad excuse for a tree farm. Let's do that. And I'm going to try to leave the render distance on as much as possible until I have to enter into the portal. Well, Eve, you know, I think you do quite well considering English is your second language, or maybe even your tertiary or quaternary language. So I think you do quite well. The place for baggage place. Yeah, it is that. The second, good, gotcha. Well, you know, you are European, so soon I'll be heading off to Taiwan and extensively using my second language. Not as well as you use yours. But still, I think I do pretty good over there. I speak 1 and a fraction, which is still more than most of my compatriots. Although, you know, since the proliferation of the internet, Americans are a lot better now at speaking foreign languages than we are stereotyped as having. We're a lot better at that now. So that joke about Americans only speaking 1 language, not so true nowadays. A lot of us are multilingual now. And it's just because of the internet. And it's really not because of education and stuff. It's because of TV shows, right? We get to see a lot of Asian TV shows, European TV shows, and you know, that's a pretty good substitute, even though it's not ideal. It's a pretty good substitute for immersion. I believe the joke is that Americans can barely speak 1 language. Yes. There's still a lot of us for which that is true. Yes. But it is less true nowadays than it has ever been. So, all right, we need some oud, as Mrs. Thunderhand would say. 2 L's. Here, I'm thinking. Yeah, there we go. Right. Let's do this. And. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Please, brain. Please do the thing. Wow. Please, just do the thing. Okay, let's go do some of this. So, of course, for hoppers, you know, we need the chest. For chests, we need the wood. For wood, we need a decent tree farm, which is... Now, my neighbor over there, of course, is building an incredible tree farm. I could just use his. I think he has the bone meal farm running for it, but not the tree farm itself yet. I think that is still yet to be a thing. go get one of these. Oh, no, that's not the one I want. That's the evil one. That's the one I want. Right. So I was thinking of building a tree farm of my own. Not a very extensive one, because really the only wood source I really need is oak. If I need any other, I'll just go use my neighbor's tree farm, which I have been invited to do. So thankfully this season, mangrove is not on my palate so far. Yeah, here we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Done and done. So, speaking of trips and whatnot, yeah, we will be gone. I will be gone for about 2 weeks. Kachi will be gone for about a month. And again, I may try to stream from Taiwan. We'll see. Just as a check-in stream. Just to say hi. You can laugh at me struggling with Chinese, speaking Chinese over there. But I think I do pretty good over there. Like I've often said on stream, you know, a lot of stuff over there, well, not particularly over there, just with any foreign language, a lot of stuff, especially if you're in an immersive situation, you can just figure out what it is through logic. Like in the morning when I go to get my coffee in the morning, when I go to Starbucks and I bring Biggie and Kachi with me. I order in Chinese, of course. Now, some of the workers there want to speak English because they want to show off how well they speak their English there, which is always cute. But most of the time we'll just speak Chinese. But even if I don't understand them, because sometimes, you know, people mumble, you know, people have accents. People talk really, really fast. And sometimes I don't always catch what they're talking about. But if you just stop and think about what you're doing and where you are, you can figure it out. Like I'm ordering coffee, right? And you know, one of the responses I get is "Luda Bingda," and I have to think, what does that mean? Okay, I'm ordering coffee. Bing. Bing means ice. Oh, le means hot. Oh, okay, hot or cold? Do I want hot coffee or do I want cold coffee? You know, I mean, the process usually doesn't take that long, but you know what I mean, right? Usually you can figure out what's going on if you're just paying attention, right? You just slow things down for a moment, and you know they're pretty patient. Yeah, Taiwanese are generally very, very friendly people, and if they experiencing you just trying at all to speak Chinese, they're usually very friendly and helpful. Unlike if you're a foreigner here in the U.S. and you're trying to speak English. Eve. I was once in a KFC in Bangkok and ordered largely by gesturing things and stuff. Totally worked. Then I sat down and looked around. There were little signs everywhere that this KFC was staffed by deaf mutes. Oh, that's good. Sage, that's cool. That's a good wee pub yarn there that you just spun. That's a good one. Let's go get a little bit more. Yeah, because we need to stock up on hoppers. That's the idea. And if you join the stream or are watching the VOD afterwards and you want to see the basalt farm and I do not get around to making it during the stream, which is highly unlikely, that you'll want to see it. It's very likely that I won't complete it during the stream. But you can see some of the Season 5 VODs, or Buffooncraft has one that's very similar, I believe. That's probably where I got the basic idea for it. And if I decide to ever, once again, process my VODs again, I'll put the link to that tutorial in the description for the VOD. Lone Star has just started streaming, which means it must be getting close to the hour. I'm going to go a little bit past noontime, only because I started late, but not much. Probably about 6 minutes from now, we'll take our ad break, and then when we return. And now they're rolling in. Let's just go get this. Let me see, do we need redstone for hoppers? I think we do, right? Recipe is iron, a chest, and a wee bit of redstone dust. There we go. All right, and I think we have enough here. Hoppers do not use redstone in the recipe. Yeah, it's just iron and chests, right? Just cover chest and iron and hopper. Yep, got it. I think I'm thinking more along the lines of dispensers and droppers. with the cobble and the bows. Yeah, so there'll be about, we'll miss probably about 2 Buffooncraft streams. I'll be gone for about 2 weeks. We'll miss probably about 4 Kachi time streams. So while Kachi's gone, we'll figure out something to do in that Sunday slot from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll do something there. Not entirely sure what, but we'll see. We'll either, what I've done in the past is split up generations. So I'll do the Generation 5 Survival World on Wednesday, and then I'll do Baby Zombie Rush on Sunday. That's what I've done in the past. Yeah, this is good stuff here. Let's do this. Tools 2, let's do that. Put that away for now. We'll do this here. We'll do that there. Yeah, we're good. Let's head on back, buddy. You can dispense with that line of thinking and drop the knee. You're all my witness. That was not me. Although I do probably inspire those kinds of comments in my stream. Well done, Sage. Well done. And there we are. Okay, let's go craft up some of these, and then we will take a break. Let's do that. There's no eye in hopper. Please, hands. We need the chests first. I think that's good. And you know what? We need enough iron for a cell. Let's make a stack of hoppers. That should be more than enough. That way we'll save a little bit on the inventory slots. Right. Which means I'm going to need 5 stacks of iron ingots, I think, right? I remember the recipe. Yeah. Going to need a little bit more iron. Let's go get that. So when I get the coastline defined, there'll be a circumferential perimeter road around the shoreline of the entire island. So there'll be a nice scenic route to the different locations. And then there'll be the main roads, the main cardinal roads, north, south, east, and west, intersecting the island. And then between those, there'll be paths and small streets and stuff in between. Again, depending on if we actually have the time to do all of that. Stay, boy. Let's do this. Ooh. 1 stack of hoppers, which I'm probably going to use up all of them in just a few days. One thing I and Nova do use a lot. Hoppers, observers. Although I try to actually use less hoppers whenever I can, you know, just to be lag friendly with the server. So I try to use little tricks here and there to try to reduce the number of hoppers. Or, you know, I do the bit where I put the composters atop the hoppers to reduce the lag. All right, let's do this. We'll do this. Do this, and let me see, where do I usually keep chests? I usually keep chests in the old basic kit. There we go. We'll put the excess right in there. Okay, we will take a short break for about 3 minutes. We'll run some ads, and then we will be right back. Hey there, welcome back. Usually I'll go into standing mode at this point, halfway through the stream, but like I said, I'm trying to take it easy on my back. Usually going into standing mode helps my back, but the kind of work I've been doing, now I need to sit down. All right, let's do this. So we're at the halfway point, and so yeah, you know, we didn't get the basalt farm started per se, but that's all right. That's all right. That's fine. I still have a couple of days before I leave for the trip, so I'll probably have that in place at that time, and I will post some pics of it on the Discord. So let me see. Let's do this. Right there into the chat. So there is the invite link. If you're not already a member, I highly encourage you to become a member and look at the channel on there for builds, and you can see the stuff that we're working on lately here in Buffooncraft. That's where I post those kind of things. I also post corresponding pics in my own server for our own community, for the Thunderhands64_gaming community. And there's the invite link for that as well. All right. Let's let those guys know on my way. A couple of things we need to do. Reduce our render distance before we dare to step through that portal. I'm going to bring it right down to 16. That's fine. Agreed. One of the other things I want to do is DAC in the studio here, so it helps me see on the monitor a little bit better. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's see. Gear. Okay, let's do it. It's nighttime, but we're traveling through the nether. We should be fine for right now. Should be. Should be. Is the key phrase. Dude, really? Of course, I forgot to return my hoe into the chest at the tree farm. We'll have to do that a little bit later. Now, fastest transport tunnel on the server right now. Zoom. Exceeding the speed of redstone. Pow. Cool. Let's do this. Uh-oh. Let me log off and log right back on. Sometimes we have those graphical problems. Let me see. Let's do this. Sometimes the mods are a little glitchy. But usually if we just log out and then log back in, we're good. I'll switch the scene back over in just a moment. Come on, you can do it. There it is.
It's only Nova I really get out of it. He's the one who set it up. He's the one who set the message up, which tells you to set your status. You know? Yeah. But
Must be daylight. It must have slept.
I always make sure to call out Nova and
I did see name tags here somewhere.
Thunder.
I did hear voices.
Thunder,
I'm not going crazy.
Thunder, Thunder,
I'm not crazy.
Thunder.
Thunder.
Are they up top? Oh, there they are. I can see their. I can see their wee name tags up there.
Where we supposed to be?
Are we supposed to just see your face, Thunder, or are people allowed to see the stream as well?
Why should I care?
I am on the display scene.
Oh, then my stream is super laggy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's on the right thing.
refreshed.
That sounds like a you problem, though. I do.
I'm refreshed. We're back. It's fine.
I do appreciate you monitoring such things, though.
No need to be all, judge, jury, and executioner about
Oh, I was nothing of the sort. Now, come on.
it. No, it's a joke because of his skin.
Oh, because of this guy's here with us.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a blindfold?
No.
No, that's the visor of the helmet.
Oh, that's right. Is that Judge Dredd?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am the law.
Don't you see this? The chin, right? You can identify Dread by the chin.
That's right. Yeah.
Which the
Not
Stallone movie immediately destroyed. That it's immediately took off the helmet because he had to be seen.
And I am the law. Making sure people set the statuses and stuff.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we commence into the ice train dimension?
Would you first like to set your status though?
Yeah.
What if I don't? You see, if I don't know that you're streaming, I might say words that I shouldn't say,
Of course.
Yeah.
And I suppose
and it'd be all your fault.
that's justice. That would be justified.
Justice.
Justice. I am the law.
I quite like Judge Dredd as a character and a universe. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually more familiar with the comic than I am with the two movies. They're two movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first movie is very cartoony. The more recent movie I feel is more respectful of the source material.
Yeah.
But the comics went wild.
I've never read any of the comics. I've only seen the two films.
Of course, the two non-Brits have. The Brit himself, who's wearing the costume, hasn't. Oh, what a poser.
Even just the crossovers are freaking wild. There is a crossover between Judge Dredd and Batman.
That I can see, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
but normally you'd often have crossovers inside DC Comics or inside Marvel Comics or something.
Yeah,
Having one from a different company.
Yep.
Right, so 2000 AD and DC Comics, that is a rarity, except for Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway,
He did
What are
try
our
to arrest
thoughts?
Batman several times.
what are our thoughts of what we need to do? What we need to look for? What clothes
so
we need to take off?
We put the box, the core in the post office, right, so that it could get sent to where it had to go.
Yes.
And it has since been taken by the postmaster.
Which was correct.
Which was correct, and we did do that, and now it has been taken.
So he said something's changed, didn't he?
Yeah.
So this has triggered something. Now, I don't know where the core has gone. I think
I'm guessing he's taken it and gone and done something with it.
That would be a good guess. That's the safest
He's
guess
taken it
possible.
And gone and done something. Now the question is where, right? So it is either at the Ember site, which we still don't know exactly what, if that's a specific place, which might be which might be Echo Point or something. But it could also have caused something to change in the Ice Train dimension. So I suggest.
I reckon
and
it's
me
changed
being
something in the
only person
ISO.
not streaming, right? But I suggest we take a look in the ice train dimension and have a quick look around. And
Yeah,
if we don't
so
see anything overly obvious,
I was
then,
thinking where the X was, but in the other world.
yeah.
We could
Yeah.
also
We can
swing
there.
by the post office itself and see if anything's changed there, because that's on the way, right? Sort
Well,
of.
Yeah.
the post office is down there.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, in the mirror
Go
dimension
to
where
the cartographer's place.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
might have changed at the cartographer's place.
Right, on the way
Because,
out
like,
there.
in the mirror dimension, there isn't a post office.
Yes, true. Would you like to check
Like-
this post office first? Just-
I've been in it a few times and not seen out.
All
I mean,
right.
we could go, but
Let's just have a
We can
quick
go
look.
have a look.
Yeah.
while
Just
we're
a
here.
confirmation look.
Yeah, and besides, we could
Ow.
sort of catch the viewers up. So, viewers in my stream, in case you need a quick recap, we found a map fragment.
Just a Pedro in my ears. Sorry.
We brought it over to the mirror dimension cartographer's place, which corresponds with that location over there in the mirror dimension.
Yeah, nothing's changed over here. I checked last night, so
We
It's
then
just a-
received a map, which brought us to a location in the mirror dimension. We can't dig
Which
or
we
break any
couldn't dig
blocks
up.
there. Lone Star came up with the brilliant idea
The
of
brilliant
digging
and
in the
correct
corresponding
idea.
location in the overworld here. So we return to the overall overworld location, and let's just fast forward to us digging and finding something there. And
Yeah. We dug and we found it.
yeah, and so we found something called the Warden Stone, and we were instructed to bring it to the post office, and that we did. We brought it here, and we put it in the entity Marin's post office box, and we returned later, and it was gone. So it looks like we assumed it's been mailed out to wherever it was supposed to go, and then we were given the ominous
so like the scares actually come up on my game to scare me.
Makes sense.
confirmation that that was
Or
supposed to have
body
happened, and we are to return to the mirror dimension to look for updates.
Yeah, so I'm thinking either the cartographer's place or the Mark X.
Right.
Yep.
So we can hit the
Don't forget to
cartographer's
set your
place on the way
spawn.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it, but let's do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to make sure.
And
Before
off
get
we go.
sent to Echo Point for some reason.
Oh my God. Yes. So on our way through to the P portal. You're in the portal. And here we go.
It's the people.
I'm gonna get some
Then
armor first.
this is the land of urine. Would it be urination?
你好，小狗。
Okay, ni hao is hello
Yeah.
or greetings, and like you walked past a dog, so I'm assuming the Xiao Go is like puppy.
Yeah, Xiao is small. Go go, that's dog.
Hey, I was kind of
Yeah,
close.
see? It's not that bad, right? Okay, food, some weaponry and some armor. There we go.
Clothing. I do like that we have a golden pickaxe in the dimension where we can't actually dig. Like we're well equipped for what we can't do.
Regarding being naked, I saw a funny TikTok today that says, if you're naked and you want to feel more naked, just put on some shoes.
Oh, that's a good point. That makes it far more weird.
Yeah, strange, huh? Strangely effective.
Yeah.
Anyways, random
So,
thought for the day.
The ice train hasn't been resolved just yet.
All right, let's head on
I
over
think
to
the
the...
cartographer is this
Yeah,
way.
we'll go.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll go. It's closer in it, so we'll go there first.
Like our post office is this flower shop.
Yeah,
so
it corresponds with this site. Yep.
I don't see anything odd here.
Check the book.
necessarily.
If there's anything different in the book. We'll check the
No, it just seems to
cartographer's
be
book
the-
as
He
well.
meant to include a please in
Yeah.
that, by the way.
Well,
What about?
You're lucky. You're lucky. I'm not saying other words, Thunder.
Yeah, I suppose I should take what I can get, right? I'm just upstairs in the flower shop too. I don't think there's anything up here.
Is there anything different in the book?
nope. Book seems the same.
Okay. Nothing in the special barrel.
Okay. Nothing in there.
No.
Shall we loop round to CDX?
Was
Yeah.
there,
So, and if we go
Excuse me,
past the if we
lads?
go past the other places like the bakery,
Yeah,
where we
we'll
found stuff.
Yeah.
take a look inside. But lads, was there not a
Yeah.
lantern dangling from this chain?
No.
Never.
There's always been just like the dangly chain.
Okay, off we go.
So it's like the
Towards the X?
bakery and the what's it? The
Okay,
Mandela
not
effect going
towards
on
the
with me
X.
here with the cartographer. But anyways,
places where we've had
Towards
something
the
to done.
X.
Yeah, we are. We're circling round,
Down below.
checking places.
yeah, the Supertramp song. Yeah, we got it.
The
well-
lighthouse seems the same, but I can't actually see the top of it because it's dark.
It's dark.
And it's proper dark as well. Oh, there's a bed up there actually, so we'll go up and I'll sleep.
Oh, okay.
Is there
Yeah.
still a bed up there?
I thought there was, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the beds have been debedded.
Not this one.
Nice.
I'm old, so I'll decline the superfluous stair climb.
Might as well check. Yeah. Let's have a look.
Let's take a
Okay,
look at
beam is
the
off.
ships in the harbor.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be different. I still think that the lighthouse would be a fantastic beam cannon to dispel the darkness, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, please, could we just work that into the lore somehow? Please, please.
yeah. So we're going by the bakery to
Yeah. Just to see if anything's changed there, and then we'll swing by up to the Undertaker's place.
Yep,
And,
sure.
and then up to the X.
Swing over to the Undertaker? Sure.
over to the Undertaker. Well, they haven't made new cakes, and I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, we need more cake. Put a complaint in on the Discord. Ooh,
Anything good?
Bone.
Okay.
I mean,
That would be a new.
Eve would be happy with
What do
that.
you mean? It gives us doggo friends.
I suppose. There is this tree house here.
Yeah.
But I've been up
Yeah,
it
the
several
little
times.
Pixie tree house.
The little pixie tree house is over that way, I think.
Yeah, right behind this structure, yeah.
Like, it feels very significant, but hasn't been to date. At least to my knowledge. There might have been a map fragment up there or something. Undertaker. Okay. Nothing new here.
There's an upper level to this, right? That can be reached on the side.
Yeah, it should only have the button. but it's just by the smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's here.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be a lot going on in there. Let's head down to the dig site.
The digless site. So yeah.
That is
64
so
still here.
clearly a 64. I mean,
I think we just have, well-evolved monkey brains.
whatever.
Okay, so this seems to be undisturbed.
So things have supposedly changed.
My chicken's still here. I kept him safe.
Drost River Tour.
I raised him from a hatchling, did I?
All right, let us think
We can have
about
a
this.
better look at the harbor to see if like a boat arrived.
Yeah, something like that.
That's good.
Now we were trying to make the Warden Stone, right?
Yeah, so we had like the core.
Right, so we need more pieces of that, right?
Yeah, like there could be more parts to
Yeah, like
to
we
it,
don't
and
know
if
what
you
to
have
do with the
more,
mirror
it might
shard,
need
right?
Yeah.
So maybe there would be instructions somewhere.
Could be.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look like anything's changed up here.
No.
All right.
Suppose the next thing as well is have a look around the castle.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be an obvious place, right?
I don't think this leads to the castle, does it?
No.
No, that leads to the Giant's house, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, and then right up this path.
So this is the house that Thunder took over.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Thunder's
And that's
Mirror House.
Nova's.
All right.
This doesn't look any different. The sort of temple-looking bit doesn't look any different.
Okay. I'm just checking the main hall. We did just kind of run right through this, so.
Yeah. Also for that nice eye refresh. Just squish it into the water a little bit. It's like, good doggo. Okay, so I don't see any new sales from up here. There is a boat. Wait, was that boat on the right-hand side always there?
Where?
There seems to be a sail on the right-hand side. of the harbor.
Yeah, I
Is that
think
what
so.
Oh, I don't.
But we can all go have a look.
Like the one on the left was definitely there.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
because I've tried to climb up that thing.
Yeah, but was the one on the right always there?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Let's go check it out
Let's go
anyway.
look.
Yeah.
Yeet. And then on our way back, if that's not a thing, we can check the pub.
Yeah, good idea.
Just have a sneak in a cheeky pint before we head back.
Sounds good to me.
Wait. I don't. Is it further?
This,
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
new.
new, right?
surely, yeah.
There's a chest which is empty. Yeah, yeet.
Oh, I thought there's the danger stone.
Thank you for your order of a danger stone.
I didn't order a danger stone.
I didn't order a danger stone, but we got something.
Looks like a hatch down here.
So, nice and cozy.
Cozy.
Don't get any ideas.
Hey, it's dark.
It's no excuse.
Accidentally grab something.
Stop it. Okay, I don't think there's anything down here.
So I think the danger stone is our
Yeah.
prize.
Prize. That's words. Are we taking it?
I mean, somebody is.
Yeah, fun. I think
All
Thunder
right.
should take
All
it.
right. I'll take it. Let's see what happens.
What does the note
Oh,
say?
you didn't?
Just thank you. Does it say anything else? No.
I think we should leave the note, right?
Well, you can take the note with you.
Okay.
Like leave it in the central building.
All right.
I find it interesting that the chest is here empty. Like this feels like a significant thing as well.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh.
what? What?
The danger stone has a curse of binding on it.
Yeah. So did
Well, yeah.
So did some of the other stuff.
Can I not get rid of
Yeah.
it until I die?
You can.
Huh?
It's
Okay.
not equipped. So
All right, got it.
Unless you manage to equip it as a headpiece or something,
Understood.
then
Yeah. Do you want to try?
I think I'll pass.
just equip it instead. Just replace your head with a danger stone.
Yeah, stand
Seems
by.
like
I think I
like
have
a
an emote
safe
for
and,
that too. Where is it? Sit, stand. Yeah, here we go. We could do something like this.
Is it-
Or we could do something like this.
I really need to go through my list of emotes.
Or I think I have
I
one
just
more.
have some basic ones.
I have this one.
Oh, my overlay's working now. If anybody does any scares or anything or any Pedros, gonna come up on my screen.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So where do you think we should take this? Back to the town hall? Yes. Okay,
No.
let's go.
No, Sage.
Wait, you said to do it.
Yeah, but it didn't jump scare me.
Why not? Your redeem is defective. It specifically says jump scare.
I should clip that and make that a redeem. Your redeem is defective.
Oh, Thunder.
Yeah.
the totally unedited clip of me definitely saying Shet Mountain.
Yes.
That took so much freaking effort to make.
Really?
I just well, I had to sort of like figure out every step of like, how does this work? How does this piece of software work? How can I do this bit? And like that took way more effort than it should have, but I was so committed to the bit that it was just like chuckling all the
Wow.
way. It was fantastic.
Wow.
Right. Do we take it to the photographers or?
Maybe the town hall first. Look at the literature.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is there any? Where would we find out what to do with this thing?
So it's just called a danger stone.
Right. Danger is my middle name. I wonder if I can put this on my head. No. Because a danger stone by itself, we need some instruction.
Because we were looking for something more in the vein of a warding stone. I don't recall anything.
I mean, maybe we just also bring it to the post office, but what if there's also the thought of we could pull a Lone Star and bring it to the corresponding place in the overworld.
Well, I don't think we should necessarily
No.
bring it to the other dimension unless.
Oh, that's right. We can't bring things out, right?
We
no,
can
we
take it
can't.
out, but we can't bring it back. We can't bring it back though.
Back in, right?
So if we're incorrect,
Yep.
we're knackered.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I figure we stick to here unless we have a very compelling reason to take it out.
Yeah, I'll just listen to you guys at this point. So
Well, we're just going to say lots of nonsense.
appeal to common sense.
So we have the weightless mirror shard. That's like one of the named items. And we have a danger stone.
Which doesn't appear in any literature, right?
No. It's the first time I've heard of one.
Yeah.
There's no more law there. Move on.
I've noticed.
See if any of the books just say the word danger, maybe.
Like, I don't recall it doing so.
There is also back to the missing letters on the signs of the concession stands.
Did you get anywhere with that?
No. But I think we abandoned trying, right?
Yeah. But you screenshot or wrote it down, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So I thought you might have looked at it off stream.
I probably should have. Like I said, I've been doing stuff IRL here, so that's my excuse. High above the clouds live giants, Elytrians, personalities, sparkle clouds, stars dim. Giants use their great strength. Elytrians flew, stardust, blended shadows, finding endurance teleported, fairies danced.
Okay, the pub doesn't seem to have anything relevant.
Together they cursed, they cured the lands. In the center of the hill stood a magnificent magic tree, its branches glowing with enchantment. The tree was the heart of their new home, and they built their town around it. The giants built cozy homes near the tree's roots. The Elytrians planted gardens that flourished under its magical light. Shulka created secret hideaways within its branches. And Darians made paths that led to the tree's hidden treasures. Fairies decorated everything with flowers that sparkled like stars, and Schlings crafted tiny tools from the tree's fallen leaves. Avians made sure everyone could enjoy the fresh air and the tree's gentle breeze, and so the origins lived happily on Earth, spreading magic joy wherever they went. Every night they gathered around the magic tree. Up in the sky, remembering magical land that once cured. The stars twinkled back at them. Loving care, sweet dreams. So it's saying something here about hold on. The Elytrians planted gardens that flourished. Shulk created secret hideaways within the branches of the tree.
Now, is that
I assume that's the tree at the portal?
forecasting lore, or is that historical lore from previous incarnations of Buffooncraft?
Not really sure. But where is the mirror shard located? In this one
It's
here,
one of
right?
the-
So
Why don't we put them in a crafting table, see if anything happens? Or,
check.
here's a thought, actually. If we ordered that Death Stone by sending a letter, do we put the Death Stone then in the cartography thing? The
Oh, that it has
chest.
been delivered.
yeah, and
Yeah.
deliver it there.
sounds like a plan. And if it's not supposed to go there, it just won't go through, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that is correct.
Let's do it. I'll bring the message too, just in case. But all right, let's try this. Here we go. Nope, it is not taking it.
Okay.
Nope,
Worth a
it is
shot.
not taking it. But good thinking. Anything in the book here?
No, nothing new.
Be careful before I get trapped in the box again.
That was amusing.
It was.
Okay.
So
we can
let's have a look
we can
over
chuck
at the
it
tower.
Right, I'm going to put it back in the chest here so it's safe.
Well, we can chuck it at the
Oh, at the entrance,
What
at
do
the
you call it?
carpet.
at the entrance. Yeah.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll necessarily do anything, but
It's worth a try.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's further up. Hop, 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 hop.
All right, here we go. Son.
And you missed.
Okay, let me try again. Son. Oh, it went in.
And it popped out.
Okay.
There you go.
I thought we were going to get this cool looping thing.
It just loops back.
It did loop once like that. It shot up back and shot back inside.
Unless that's another case of broken redstone.
Yeah, there you go.
I believe it would have been thoroughly tested at this point. It looks like a lodestone, right? But we can't actually place it anywhere.
Right.
So it does have to go into a container. Or be merged, like the crafting recipe.
Like a crafting table or something, right?
Yeah.
So we can try that.
Yeah, I think Lone suggested that earlier, right? Put that in the mirror shard in a crafting table together.
Yeah, see if it does something. I don't know what nearest one is.
To put it here. We could put it in the in the grave next door, but I don't think that'll make a difference.
Let's try it though. Why not?
Yeah,
Like I'm just
might as
thinking,
well.
like what are notable containers to put it in, you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And something we can also do is put the mirror shard in the chest by the boat,
Nothing.
chest on the shore. Like,
Yeah.
see if they'll take the mirror shard somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. Right. There's nothing back there, right?
No, still the missing little chair though.
Yeah. Yeet.
I miss my ender pearls. All right, let's try the chest
Enderman stuff.
at the dock first.
I mean, crafting tables are over here, so
Oh, yeah. Okay.
like I don't know how it would, but that could be a thing.
Here we go. Oh, we need the mirror shard, right?
Oh, yeah, you can't craft an item singularly on its own, can you? Or does it do anything? Does
No.
it change into anything?
Nope.
Did you bring the mirror shard?
No.
Oh, then it's a good thing we didn't go to the boat.
Oh, you mean put the mirror shard in the boat where we got that from?
Yeah, I figure like if we already
Exchange.
sent the core, right, and this is like a mailing service of some sort.
Now Sage is in command.
Yep.
Now I am the danger. Ow.
Real dangerous sage.
Yeet. The biggest danger is to myself.
Yeah, it's when you're a danger to self and others. That's when we have to put you away. Sorry.
Yeah, only
It
once
should
it
be
hits
any
that
minute now.
threshold only once it hits that threshold and others. Okay, that didn't do anything.
And then putting the shard in the chest where the danger stone
Try
was
put it in
originally
that one.
located.
Yeah. The one on the boat.
I don't think it did anything. The letter that thanked us for ordering
Yes.
was signed MP or PM or something like that?
PM. I'm looking at it right now. Thank you
PM.
for your
No,
order
PM?
of a danger stone.
Yeah, not the danger stuff. A
Right.
danger stuff. Sorry, had to do it.
Unless there's something about this ship that we missed. Some book, some
I
document.
can barely see a hand in front of my face. So.
A figurehead. Have you tried putting the mirror shard in this chest yet?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
What about the tunnel?
We can check the tunnel.
See if that lever's back or gone or what? The mysterious missing lever.
Mystery of the mysterious lever. The leaving lever. Wow. Hello, gold zombie. Good job. Okay.
Sparkling like redstone.
Yes, it is definitely an imperfect reflection of our own world. Hey, look! It's thunder!
Stop it. Let's. Where's that
Hey,
nearest
Sheila.
bed?
Mwah.
We can sleep this off.
Well, once you find a bed, I suppose.
Yeah. Trying to recall where there was a bed. Oh, you said there was a bed in the lighthouse, right?
Wait for a bed.
Up he goes.
Neither of them do anything in the stone paper.
Did you try putting both of them in the crafting table yet?
No. Okay, so the danger stone in the middle, shard above, nothing, below, cardinal directions, the semi-directions, none of them do anything. Let's put the mirror shard in the middle. Rotate. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, regardless of direction or combination.
Okay.
We put the danger stone in the cartographer thing already, right?
Yes.
We might need to find out who PM is then.
Yeah. So we need to look
Postmaster,
through the
right?
books. Oh. Yeah.
Well, okay, solved.
So that means the postmaster delivered it here?
Well, he delivered the danger stone.
Yeah.
So we can travel between the two places?
I mean, or there's another postmaster in this place that delivers danger stones.
Specifically.
I mean, somebody ordered a danger stone. You have the note on your person? Thunder?
Yes, right here.
And it just...
Is that any good, Sheila?
Thank you for your order of a danger stone. Yeah, that's all it says. Fantastic.
What about that tower that stands on its own? The little the stone tower.
Yeah, that's down by here, right? Past the bakery?
Yeah.
On that peninsula out there? Okay. By the bees?
There's no tower in our place. In our place,
Yeah.
it's where the horses are.
It's one of the inconsistencies of the reflection. Because the shattered mirror provides an incomplete reflection.
Right here.
B.
I don't think there's anything in here into which we can place that, though, right?
No. Like, I find it suspicious that there is gravel here. I keep expecting the floor to drop.
Or cave.
Yeah, I wouldn't explore too deep in a cave unless you get stuck.
Yep.
It'd be fine.
Yeah.
The pixie tree didn't have anything to store anything in, right?
I don't think it did, but...
Worth a look.
Can't hurt to look because it's right around here. So
It's around here somewhere. I just never know where.
yeah, it is. It's here.
Oh yeah, because it's like a notable place that hasn't done anything. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Missed.
No chest, no crafting table.
Yeah, no barrel. Hmm.
Stuck.
Bed and breakfast.
Wait, breakfast is available?
I wish.
I wonder what order we were supposed to do things in.
I'm guessing not the order in which we did them.
Yeah. We're supposed to do things in order that they're fun.
So, lads, I am at the end of my stream time.
Yeah. Would you
Well, this
like
place
to,
has a real bed.
Oh, nice. Would you like to call it there then, Thunder?
I'll call it here for my stream.
Yeah, I don't have to end.
We can
Carry on.
escort you to the item drop-off place if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to the Mirror Town Hall here. And shed my gear.
Hello, Greenlee, Emmeline, Dear Billy Boomer. I'm just seeing if there's other PMs in case one of them is the postmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case it's not the postmaster.
Yeah, not creepy dank.
Then no, I think we're good. I think I shall head up to the castle and log out.
Yep.
Very
We'll,
well.
we'll escort you, make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
It's daytime anyway, you should be all right.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah. As you can clearly see, it's daytime.
Yeah. Getting a bit of eye relief.
The Castle of Sighs.
I'm just happy that I spotted the boat from here, because I don't think I would have gone out to the far pier to check on it.
Well done, Sage. Well done.
This one goes to Sage.
Yep.
When are you going to do something, Thunder?
What do you mean? I found 2 of the map fragments.
Yeah, you're overdue for a new contribution.
I guess I am, huh? Yeah, I don't see anything. All right. Heading back.
Safe travels.
See ya, bye!
I'm also heading out because I know the moment I leave, you guys are going to discover everything. So.
Yep. That's the
Yep,
plan.
leave now.
Off. I'm off. Just checking. The tree in the overworld. Now, I'm sure a lot of these buttons are decorative, but oh well. Okay, nothing obvious. Right. Okay. You know, I do want to check some of the structures here in the overworld. Just quickly before I log off. But I don't know. I think I should log off. I think the moment I log off, Lone and Sage will discover all things that need to be discovered. There is a corresponding ship over there in the harbor. In the overworld, I'm wondering. Anyways, okay, we'll have to save that for another time. Let's log off. Switch on over to the camp scene. I never reset the playlist either. Awk. All right. Let's see if there's anybody to whom we can raid out. Although I still have quite a bit of yard work to do, so. Well, of course, I think we should raid right into Lodestar's stream. Let's do this. Let's set up the raid. There is the raid message in the chat. You can copy and paste that into the chat if you'd like to join us onto this, along with this raid, along on this raid, to our fellow streamer Lone Star. Let's set up the raid itself. And I have to remember there's 2 R's at the end of that. There we go. And there we have the raid counting down to fellow buffoon and participant in our stream over here, the mighty, the one and only Lone Star himself. Family-friendly viewers, just to be reminded, Lone Star's stream is intended for mature audiences, but you can see in my stream, he's a super, super cool guy. There's a little bit of language and stuff, but a right fine lad, if I do say so myself. Just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be very likely Kachi time from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday. And then I'm off to Taiwan for 2 weeks. Kachi's off to Taiwan for an entire month. So we'll have to see what the streaming schedule is going to be like then. And then we resume everything upon return. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And we will see you all next time, raiding out to Lone Star right now. Bye for now, everyone.